Madam Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts of General Studies, and Dr. Jane Arscott will receive the graduates. Kaitlyn Patricia Andrusik, Creston, British Columbia. It was both a challenge and an achievement for Kaitlyn to continue her studies after losing her father and her sister. She also had a toddler and a newborn to contend with, all while her husband worked away. She gives a special shout out to the online community of Athabasca student moms who proved to be her saving grace. They helped to keep her sane. She also thanks her family for their support over the past 5 years. Kaitlyn Patricia Andrusik. Elsie Chow, Markham, Ontario. Elsie chose AU because the online format made it easier for her to manage her time while studying and working part-time. The best thing about it was being able to take courses that she was interested in. All of her courses were interesting and flexible, and her entire AU experience was positive. She acknowledges and thanks her AU tutors and professors, her friends, and especially her mom for being supportive during her studies. Elsie Chow. Marietta DeWitt, High River, Alberta. Marietta and her family lost their home and most of their belongings in the southern Alberta flood of 2013. For the first year afterwards, it was extremely difficult to focus on her AU studies. However, being enrolled in educational psychology was therapeutic and helped her process and accept the losses. She is overwhelmed with gratitude and stands humbly before her husband and their daughter today, and thanks them both for their encouragement throughout her studies. Marietta DeWitt. Brenda Jane Fioretti, Edmonton, Alberta. Brenda chose AU because it allowed her to transfer credit from other institutions and combine previously completed and current courses into a single degree program. She found the prior learning assessment and recognition process to be quite interesting. Unpacking the layers of learning wrapped up in a lifetime of experience was both challenging and rewarding. She thanks her husband Angelo and her daughters Karina and Angelina for their constant support, love, and patience during her AU journey. Brenda Jane Fioretti. Joseph Angelo Gaitan, Burlington, Ontario. Joseph is going to miss the feeling of waiting for a study packet and then opening it to peruse the contents. Learning something interesting that could be put to good use was very important to him. In particular, he found the Criminal Justice 427 course with Nand Nareen to be a real joy. He thoroughly enjoyed the discussions. He gives special thanks to his wife Patty and children Jody, Jeremy, and Ashley for their many sacrifices throughout his studies. Joseph Angelo Gaitan. Chantelle Marcia Hall, Stouffville, Ontario. Chantelle loves soccer and has been playing competitively for 22 years. She plans on playing for at least another 22. When she and her brother were in high school, they got to test shoot school photos for Sony Jostin, and when it was picture time at school, their photos were on the posters and flyers around schools throughout Ontario. It was a great month of stardom. She thanks her parents and her brother for believing in her and for motivating her to complete this AU degree. Chantelle Marcia Hall. Angela Holdbrook, Calgary, Alberta. After completing this degree a year ago, Angelo was accepted into the University of Calgary post-degree Bachelor of Social Work program. She has one more academic year to go before she can officially become a registered social worker. She thanks AU for being the stepping stone to accomplishing this goal. She thanks her family and friends for their support, specifically her mom and dad for encouragement and financial help. Angela Holdbrook. Taliah Ann Jackson, St. Paul, Alberta. Taliah thanks her husband and her children for being her biggest supporters. Her husband supported her in every way, and her children reminded her daily why she was pursuing this degree. Through them, she learned patience, understanding, and time management. She also thanks her mother, an AU alumnus, who demonstrated the importance of education and also helped with the children when school deadlines were looming. Taliah Ann Jackson. Anna Kustra, Fruitland, Ontario. Not only has this degree allowed for the expansion of Anna's own professional job opportunities, it has also facilitated her mentoring of fellow co-workers who also desire to further their education. She thanks her husband John for his support and encouragement. She acknowledges the AU tutors and professors for their high level of professionalism and expertise. In particular, Dr. Michael Welton, her tutor for EDUC 300 and EDUC 309. Anna Kustra. Sasha Kavacha, Victoria, British Columbia. Completing a degree has been a long-standing goal of Sasha's. He chose AU because AU provides a rigorous education with sufficient flexibility for working professionals like himself. The support of his family and good fortune in building a successful business has allowed him to finally complete the liberal arts education that he always wanted. He thanks his wife Kristen and daughter Zara for putting up with his absence over many hours spent writing papers. Sasha Kavacha. Sabiso Litabele, Edmonton, Alberta. Alberta Education recommended Athabasca University to Sabiso as a faster way to upgrade its own requirements. Sabiso is now looking forward to working as a teacher and has plans to eventually start his master's program. He thanks his dear wife Angela for her wonderful support and their children Inyambo and Miami for inspiring in him the spirit of persistence. He thanks other family members for their never-ending encouragement. Sabiso Litabele. Mafuto Graka Lombo, Calgary, Alberta. Mafuta believes that no matter what hardships a person encounters, learning will always be a gift worth cherishing. She gives credit to her professors and tutors for making her AU experience challenging yet fulfilling. The completion of this degree is a stepping stone towards her greater goals, and through it, she has developed the disciplines of persistence and determination. She thanks her family for being super supportive throughout her academic journey. Mafuta Graka Lombo. Brady Poirier, Ottawa, Ontario. Brady thanks Veterans Affairs Canada, the Ontario March of Dimes, and the Canadian Veterans Vocational Rehabilitation Services for their assistance. A big challenge for him was finding a balance between work, life, and education, as he experienced drastic life changes throughout his study. Although the journey was not always easy, his persistence paid off, and he now feels a great sense of satisfaction having completed something that he started many years ago. Brady Poirier. Nina Kaur Sandhu, Surrey, British Columbia. Nina works full-time and is also a mom and a wife, so juggling her study time was sometimes challenging. She thanks her family for their support. She could not have done it without them. One memorable AU experience was writing essays for her human resources course. Being an accountant working with numbers all of the time, writing essays helped her to open up and explore new ideas and thoughts. Nina Kaur Sandhu. Cynthia Ann Schultz, Medicine Hat, Alberta. Cynthia chose AU because it allowed her to take some of her classes on site at Medicine Hat College. Although it was challenging to balance school and family and full-time work, she felt it was important to model to her children the importance of education and the value of hard work and perseverance. She thanks her parents, Rand and Pam, her husband, Chad, and her children, Kieran and Chadrick, for their support. Cynthia Ann Schultz. Cameron Duncan Spence, Banff, Alberta. Cameron returned to his studies after a number of years and is pleased to have now completed his degree. He thanks his 96-year-old mother, Ivy, who has been his greatest supporter, and his son, Rylan, who inspires him. He also acknowledges the extraordinary guidance and support he received from his tutor, Kay Johnston, whom he sees as a remarkable educator. He now looks forward to advancing his career in the tourism industry. Cameron Duncan Spence. Kemal Salim Takadeen, Edmonton, Alberta. Kemal chose AU because, in his opinion, it is the greatest internationally accredited university. He is now looking forward to finishing a program with Harvard University, also through distance learning. One memory from AU that truly stands out is all the help he received from his senior academic advisor, Cindy Koziak. Kemal thanks his family, Salim, Dolly, Tim, and Perla, for being very supportive during his quest to complete this degree. Kemal Salim Takadeen. Lois Patricia Weiberg, St. Albert, Alberta. Lois is proud and honored to be granted the degree of Bachelor of General Studies in Arts and Science. Her studies have improved her writing and analytical abilities on the job. Her experience with AU has been excellent, both in the classroom and with the online courses. She thanks her tutors, her family, including her husband Neil, and her daughter Jill, and her friend Deltha Brooke, for their support while she completed this degree. Lois Patricia Weiberg. Stephen Andrew Wolnerski, St. Albert, Alberta. Stephen transferred to AU from the MacEwan University's Bachelor of Arts program to continue his studies while working full-time. One accomplishment that gives him pride is having been published in MacEwan University's 2012 edition of Confluence, a showcase of undergraduate art and academics. He thanks his family and friends for their unending support and patience while he completed his degree. He now looks forward to enjoying life and building his career. Stephen Andrew Wolnerski. Madam Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of General Studies graduates.